Allie, today you hit 323, but you also had 9 blocks to Indy's team total of 10. What was working for you today?
Um, we really executed our game plan once again. I said this when we were in Indy and kind of had a great blocking game. Our pins did a really great job setting up, and they kind of threw some new people at us, but I think we adjusted really well, and I think we executed at a really high rate.
Through 3 sets, you hit 440. The efficiency ended up being a little bit lower. But what was the key to both attacking but succeeding at a high efficiency rate?
Our passing was dynamite today, and big credits to all of our passers because I know they worked really hard at that. And good passing always gives our setters the ability to run kind of whatever they want. And so part of our game plan was to get our middles going early, and I know Alyssa had a really great game offensively too. So I think we did a really good job in our game plan of getting our middles involved, which opened up our pins a little bit. So I know Carly really came alive there at the end. And that was all part of our game plan, get the middles going, get their attention on us, and then kind of disperse from there.
Your teammate Paige Briggs-Romine had 24 good pass in the stat. What can you say about her passing performance specifically?
Yeah, Paige is one of our most steady passers, and I think she does that every single day in practice, so we know what to expect from her. She's so steady, really in whatever she's doing, and so she's a great passer. We can always rely on her to take a lot of the court and give us a good pass.
Grand Rapids, as a team, has not won 2 matches or more in a row since the March 5th and March 9th matches. But to make the final push for the playoffs, Grand Rapids is going to have to win more games in a row. How does the team pull together and get that done?
Yeah, I think this was a really good response to our Omaha game because obviously that was not our best showing, but I think we showed a lot of grit and tenacity when it came to coming out and showing up today. Our first set we were down I think 7 points and we still came back and almost won that set. I think we went extra points there. And so to turn around and come back and win 3 in a row and really put it away at the end, even when they tied it up there in the 4th set, it shows a lot about our character as a team, and I think that will carry over into these last few games.
You had mentioned the run there. Grand Rapids was down 7-14 in the first set and then went on a 10-2 run to take the lead. What was said in that first time out that set the tone?
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of a wake-up call that we can't just expect them to hand it to us. Not that we were, but we were kind of sitting back a little bit and we weren't being super aggressive. Our passing and our serving really picked up. I think we were serving not super aggressively there in the beginning, but we really got on our passing target or our serving target and executed there.
Alyssa, today you hit 357 overall, but 636 attack percentage through 3 sets. What was the key to both attacking, but attacking with a high rate of success?
I think our passing was really great. I think as a blocker on the other side, it's hard to block when the pass is perfect, and Cam put me in a lot of one-on-one situations, so it was really great.
It did seem like you were skying above during a lot of those attacks. Just out of curiosity, do you know you're vertical, like you're standing vertical?
I don't, no. Nope. It kind of varies day to day, really, too, which is funny.
All right. So you were just talking about blocks. You did finish with 4 total blocks. Grand Rapids did outblock the Indy Ignite 21 blocks to 10. What was the key from both you and your teammates to be so effective against Indy both today, and then you had a similar performance against them last time?
Yeah, I think our scout on them was really great. I also think that we serve tough. I think that's just kind of the name of the game with blocking, is serving tough, and getting them out of system I think really helped, and our pin blockers did a great job, and just all around good team success. So.
Your teammate Allie Bastianelli was just in here and credited the really good passing as part of the success for Grand Rapids. Elena Ogilvie had a lot of good passes. Paige Briggs-Romine led with 24 good passes statistically.
Yeah.
What can you say about the passing performance from the team?
Yeah, like I said earlier, it was really great. I mean, that's where those one-on-ones really come into play because the blockers on the other side don't know where it's going to go because it's just right on the net and really perfect. And they were on tonight. Even the tough serves, they were passing nails, so super proud of them.
Grand Rapids did today finish up the season series with Indy. You dropped the first 2 earlier in the season and are able to win the last 2. What changed throughout the season to be able to get these last 2 wins against the Ignite?
Good question. I think we just kind of played them pretty early, and we were still kind of developing ourselves and just going out strong. Didn't go out very strong in the first set, but still managed to battle back. And I think just that mindset in the next 3 sets really helped us. So.
Grand Rapids has not won 2 or more matches in a row since March 5th and March 9th. That was part of a 3-game win streak. To make the final push to try and make the playoffs, Grand Rapids is going to have to win more games. Mm-hmm. How do you establish or maintain the consistency that you built?
Yeah, I think that's another good question. I think it's all about the mindset and just coming out strong. I think we're kind of notorious for a slower start and then kind of too little too late to get back in there. And I think, like I said, it's just a shift in mindset of starting that early and getting it done early.
In the match today, Elena against the Indy Ignite, you had 10 good passes statistically, and it just seemed like you were all over the floor, whether that was to get digs or to pass the ball around. What was key to your performance today?
Yeah, I think our overall defense was really well. I thought our blocks put up really good blocks. We got a lot. Obviously, Allie did really well, and so did Garv. And I think with blockers like that, it's so easy to read around and kind of get in good spots. So really, all praise to them for just being great blockers.
Yeah, your 2 teammates, Allie Bastianelli and sorry, I couldn't find it here. But your 2 teammates who were in here already did talk about the great passing as key to success for Grand Rapids. How do you work off your other teammates who are passing well to facilitate the offense?
Yeah, I think that's something that we work on a lot. Me, Paige, and Carly, I feel like we have a good kind of system going, good communication, and we practice a lot, obviously, and I think we just know each other's range and like who can get what, and I think we do a really good job of just putting up good balls and getting good balls up to Cam to run the offense.
Your teammate, Eleanor Holhouse, has been on the team for exactly 2 weeks of game action as of today. What does she bring to the team?
Yeah, she has been going off. Like she, I think is something that a spark we needed, a little bit of offense we needed, and so she just has really crafty shots, like can hit every shot, can play some defense, and so it's been really nice having her, and she just brings a sort of fire to our team.
You mentioned that fire, and I think you also talked about the range of other players on the team. I was thinking about this. So what's the most important trait that you would say for someone who plays your position, the libero?
I would say obviously like passing and digging, like good skills, but I think like another good thing a libero could have is just like a sort of calmness. I think that when things are going tough, people start to look to people, and if you're that rock and you're solid and you're always communicating and always playing well, I think it kind of gives this calmness to the team, and so that's something I try to strive to be for this team, and hopefully I'm doing well, but I think that's something that I look for in a libero.
To round it out here, you did have 25 digs to lead Grand Rapids. You were second overall in terms of digs on both teams. How important were those plays to what Grand Rapids was able to do offensively?
Yeah, I think our big thing here is defense. Our blocking as well. I thought we dug a lot of balls, and I think converting balls is super important, and so that's something that we're definitely working on, but I thought we did a good job in this play. But just being gritty, getting balls off the ground, like is something that we really strive to be well at and do good at, and so I think that we're obviously can get better and better, but we've, I think, made that kind of our team personality, and it's really a great team and a fun team to play on because of that.
Coach, against the Indy Ignite today, Allie Bastianelli had outblocked the entire Indy team through 3 sets, and then overall she had 9 blocks to Indy's total 10. What can you say about Allie's blocking performance?
Well, Allie was amazing. She had 24 blocks the last time we played Indy, and just really does a really nice job of eye sequencing and taking over the game and studying her hitters. I think she was known in college for that when she was at University of Illinois, and has taken that to our team as well. So it's really helpful to us and getting on a roll.
Allie, as well as some other players, you had 3 players hit over 300 attack efficiency. What was working today offensively for you?
I thought our middle attack really started strong. So right away our passing was there, and we were able to feed our middles, and I thought they took over and terminated the ball, and it caused a lot of problems as the match went on because they were trying to cover more players. So I thought we did a good job there, and I thought people gave our setter the opportunity to run the offense.
Coach, in the first set, Grand Rapids was down 7-14. You called a timeout, and then the team went on a 10-2 run to take the lead. What was said in that first time out to get the momentum back?
I thought we started really tentative. I didn't feel like we were the aggressor at that point, and just stay decisive and assertive, and do the things we know how to do. And I don't know that those are magical words. I think they just settled down a bit, and they started to get better and play better together.
The attack, you had spoken a little bit about it, but the attack was very spread out. You had 3 players with 17 or more swings through the first 2 sets, so it was clear early on that the attack was spread out. What was the strategy there to get that?
Well, I think any team, you want to have balance. You don't want to ride one person all the time. It is tough to do, and especially at a league that, people can key on you and take you out of a match. So I thought the balance was important for us. I thought Cam did a good job distributing the ball.
Grand Rapids as a team has not won 2 or more matches in a row since March 5th and March 9th. That was part of a 3-game win streak. To make the final push to try and make the playoffs, how do you get consistency in the last few matches?
Well, we're just looking to play one game at a time, 1 point at a time, and just let's go all out after it, and we'll let the chips fall where they may, and we'll see where we are. It's not it's not this thing that we change or whatever. You just go out to win in every game you play. So I don't think that there's a difference in how you prepare.
Sure. There was a faith-based event. It's Easter Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah.
I believe you're speaking at that. How important is your faith to what you do?
Well, I am a believer, and I'm a person of faith who, it really has helped shape my coaching, and I was transformed more in my late 30s, and I just feel like it's important, and I love that our team is speaking and sharing that, on a very important day.